Hello and welcome. Thank you for spending some time with us today as we present to you the mobile app for Microsoft Dynamics 365, configured specifically for Ledgeview Partners CRM for oil and gas solution. My name is Jean Degner, and I am the account manager for all of our CRM for oil and gas customers at Ledgeview Partners, a business and technology consulting company where we focus on transforming business one relationship at a time through our sales, customer service, marketing, and CRM consulting services. Today, our CRM product consultant and CRM for oil and gas implementation specialist, Steve Rybrock, will show you the brand new mobile solution for Ledgeview CRM for oil and gas solution. Mobile devices have become an essential asset for efficiency and productivity, especially for managers and outside sales reps who find themselves away from the office. Having the ability to access and take advantage of your CRM solution while on the go should be no different. We do have a lot to cover today, but before I introduce our presenter, I have a couple of quick housekeeping items to cover. First, I want to mention that today's webinar is being recorded and will be available on demand after the live session. All attendees will receive a follow-up email with a link to access the presentation on demand. We encourage you to share this with others in your company and your network. To be sure that you have no trouble receiving this email, please add ledgeviewpartners.com to your safe senders list. To ensure the best audio quality, we have everyone on listen-only mode, but if you have a question, please submit those in the question pane of your GoToWebinar control panel, and we'll be sure to follow up with you afterwards. As always, we do appreciate your feedback, so please also take a moment to complete the survey at the end of today's webinar. Now let me introduce our presenter for today. Steve Rybrock is a CRM product consultant and managing consultant with Ledgeview Partners and knows how lubricant and fuel marketers use CRM better than anyone I have met. Steve manages all of our CRM for oil and gas implementations and gets to know each and every lubricant and fuel marketer very, very well. Through his years of experience, he is also the expert on how oil and gas distributors can gain the most efficiency and sales productivity through technology like CRM. And today, Steve is going to show you how that's done with the new mobile app. Steve, thank you for joining us today, and I will let you take things over from here.
All right. Thank you, Jean. All right, I threw a couple slides in here just because I wanted to see who was all attending. So I'm just looking at the list of attendees, and I see some familiar names, but I see a lot of new names. So before I jump into the mobile solution, I just wanted everybody to get just a quick overview. This is like a 2-minute video just about our overall solution. So the video doesn't actually get into like CRM. It's just a video where there's a little bit of reading going on. So I would just ask that you just kind of take a quick peek at this video, and then I'll move on. So hopefully you can follow along with this video. It's probably the first time I played a video during one of the webinars. So let's see how this turns out. Hopefully it works. All right, here we go. All right. Good. I just wanted to surprised I could sit still for a minute and a half. I just wanted to give you all just a quick overview of some of the things that the CRM for oil and gas does. And on this next slide, this kind of takes that video and kind of puts things into perspective. So all these features are what you get with CRM, and today we're just going to just cover one of the features, what you can do on our mobile app. So I'm sure Gene is going to offer some demos and some one-on-one communication at the end of this, but I also put a link to one of our videos on here. So as you play this, if you want to go to our website, there's lots of other videos and demos that you can just watch on demand. So okay, enough of the foundation. I just wanted to set the stage that this mobile thing isn't like all of our CRM. It's a really neat feature. A lot of folks are excited about it, but it's just one of many things that you get with CRM. So jumping into the mobile app. So why did we do something like that, and how did we do it? Well, we thought of things like efficiency, right? Everybody wants to be efficient. They like ease of use. Just about everybody has a cell phone that's connected to the internet. So if you're working in the cloud or whatever, right, you've got now access to this data. Giving people just one more way to access CRM. And the one thing that we're also recognizing is just taking the features of your phone and combining them with the features of CRM just builds a pretty cool foundation for folks to be very efficient. So we also polled our customers and said, look, what do you need to do out in the field? What do you need to do on your phone? So all those features that I showed you earlier, not every single one of those features is on the mobile app. Some of them, if the demand goes up for that, then we can add it. But we started with what our customers need to do in the field on their cell phone. So here's what I'm going to cover today with the app. And again, this isn't like training. This is just kind of giving you some exposure to what this mobile app can do. So there's a little section for recently viewed and favorites. We're going to touch on that. But really, it revolves around what do I need to do out in the world, out in the field, so to speak. So I want to be able to access and maintain. So I'm not just looking at stuff. I want to be able to maintain my accounts. Look at the order history. What has this customer been buying? What did they buy last? When did they buy? How much did they pay? How much did they buy? All those answers are at your fingertips now in the mobile app. And that's simply because of one of the features that our CRM has. We're tied to accounting systems. So we have access to invoice data, and we bring that to life in CRM. So then we can bring that to life on your mobile device, on an app. Also, you want to maintain and access your contacts, easily make a call, and maintain your opportunities, maintain your leads. And then within that, probably create and maintain activities and notes, all good features of CRM. If I can do it with a couple taps on my phone, I mean, that would be awesome. So some of the things I'm going to show you as I demonstrate this is things like, and you can use this in a lot of places, but in my example, I'm creating an activity. And in CRM, there are different types of activities. They can be tasks, they can be sales calls, things that you've done or things that you need to do. Well, because I'm using the mobile app, like on my phone, when I go to enter stuff into a big text field, right, I've got the little microphone I can tap on. So I can just talk now into my phone, and it can record like the sales call I just had, right? I can just kind of describe how it went, so I don't have to type it all. Another thing that's kind of cool, right, with most phones, you have the ability to take a picture. So with CRM, you can enter a note, and notes allow for attachments. And now I can start a note, quick take a picture, attach that picture, that photo, if you will, to the note, and now it's in CRM. So if you think of some practical examples, maybe you're visiting a customer and they have a new facility. You just want to get a picture of that. Maybe they have a new piece of equipment. You want to get a picture of that so you can go back to the office and talk to your engineers about the right lubricants that might be for that piece of equipment. Or they have a tank out in the backyard that needs some maintenance or needs replacing, right? Wouldn't it be great to just grab a quick picture of it, attach it to a note within CRM for that account, and now you have it for others to access and for you to access later, rather than just a picture sitting on your phone. And then we also have a few dashboards. So what I'm going to do is jump to the next slide, which actually is going to link to a video I created. It was a little bit risky turning this webinar, showing my screen of my phone for you guys to see. That gets a little bit technical, tricky. I didn't want to put a lot of pressure on myself. So what I did is I did that ahead of time. So I'm just going to play a video of me using the app, and I'll pause it once in a while and just kind of explain what I'm doing. So I'm just going to click here, and hopefully this video works. And I was playing around for about the first 30 seconds, so I'm just going to jump ahead a little bit. So I'll probably pause it once the app opens. So I logged into, or I just actually tapped on the mobile app, and this is what the screen looks like. The last time I was in CRM on the mobile app, I was looking at my leads. So here's a list of my leads, and I just have one out there. And down on the bottom is where a lot of the navigation takes place. And the first thing I'm going to do is just show you how easy it is to navigate. That's with these three bars down here. So I'm just going to tap the play button again and keep this thing moving. So I'm just going to tap down here to look at the navigation, and there's different things I can do on the bottom of the mobile app. I can move to all these different areas in CRM, but I'll go to sales, and then I go up here and I just click on accounts. I'm basically just going to get a list of my accounts. And in CRM, for those of you who know, there's different views, different ways you can look at the data. They're all available on the mobile app. There's also options behind these three dots. I could create new records. I could sort the list. I could do all kinds of things behind this part of the mobile app. The other option I wanted to show you as I kind of jump down here to the bottom again, I'll just pause this for a second. I just hit the home button, and the home button takes me to activities. And I'm going to wrap up with activities, but I just wanted to show you the home button here. And then the other feature down here on the bottom in the navigation is global search. So here I can hit this little global search button, and I could go in here and type stuff in, and it'll search my contacts, opportunities, leads, accounts, and I could easily find something with global search. The other thing I wanted to point out is that, I'm just going to pause it here, that recently used and favorites. So that's actually behind this little icon right here. I just tapped on that. And so it keeps track of where I've been in CRM. So I've been in my activities. I've been in my active accounts. I was looking at open leads before. I was using some of the other features in CRM. So that's what I've recently looked at. And over time, I've pinned a few things up here into my favorites. So these will always show up. As I go into different features in CRM, it'll just show up in my recently used, and then everything else just kind of slides down. So I think what I did in this recording is I'm just going to pin this My Open Views, and you'll see this as I tap it. It'll jump up here into my favorites. So I'm just going to continue on. And I'm pretty sure that's the one I did. I went over to My Open Leads, and I'm just going to pin that, and now My Open Leads is up here in my favorites. So there you go, a couple just simple features with the app. Yeah, I don't know how, the app is so easy to navigate. I don't even know how much I'm going to use that, but it is kind of cool. So let's just see how easy it is to actually change a record. So I'm in my open leads. I think I pointed out some of the features behind the three dots, but I could just tap on that lead right there and open it up. And I could easily just kind of scroll down. This is exactly how it would, the exact same data you'd see in CRM on your laptop, but I'm seeing it on an app. And I could just, fix a person's name, let's say, on a lead. And then I just kind of scroll up to the top and hit the save button. And as soon as I do this, it's saving it in the database. So if somebody was looking at CRM on their laptop, this change has already been made. It all happens, instantly. Also, if I'm out in the field, maybe I want to qualify this lead. That's all I do is tap the little bullseye, change qualify to yes, hit the save button, and I would have qualified that lead. I actually just didn't qualify that one because I wanted to show you some other features. So now I'm gonna jump into opportunities. And when I go someplace else in the app, if I've left a screen and didn't save it, it's going to warn me. So I think right here, when I try to go into an opportunity, it's going to say, wait a minute, are you sure you don't want to update whatever you just did on that lead? And I said, okay, I'm fine. I didn't actually want to qualify that lead. So now I'm in opportunities. Here's an opportunity I'm working. Maybe I just got done visiting a customer and I found out who I'm competing with for this business. So I could pull up that opportunity and go down here and find the competitor and just update the competitor on this opportunity. So in here, I quickly just tap the little icon to search for my list of competitors. I think I picked Tom & Sons, went and hit the save button, and boom, now I've just updated that opportunity. I could go down and maybe update how big of an opportunity this is. I could update the revenue, the gross profit, the units. This is all stuff that you see right in CRM, but now it's on this mobile app. Easily make a change, hit the save button, and away you go. You could also advance the sales stage. As most of you know, opportunities go through a sales process, different stages. So I finally did my presentation and they accept the proposal. So I just go in here and say, yes, they accepted the proposal, and I can advance this to the next stage in the sales process. Again, on my phone, couple simple taps, and I'm good to go. So that's opportunities and leads and a little bit about navigation. Now, I think the next part of this, I wanted to talk to you about accounts. So accounts are probably where a lot of you are going to spend a lot of time. So I'm going to spend a fair amount of time here. So I just went to my favorites, believe it or not, and found Fairview Manufacturing, a very popular account for me because I have a lot of test data in here. So one thing that might interest me is I might want to look at the contacts or what we call the product summary, the 12-month summary for this account. So I'm probably going to pause this in a second. So here's the contacts that I deal with at Fairview Manufacturing. And if I scroll down, I'm going to pause it here. Some of you who are familiar with, have attended other demonstrations, know for our accounts, because we're tied to your accounting system and we have what this customer's been buying, we're able to take a look at the last 12 months and show you all the products they've been buying. And as I continue on here, I'll just play again. I'm going to kind of scroll over a little bit. Actually, I guess I'm swiping over on my phone. You'll see it's not just a list of products. We also show you how much they bought in the last 12 months. And this list is sorted by the product this customer bought the most of down to the product they bought the least of. So again, these are numbers for a 12-month period. So how much did they buy? How much revenue did it produce? I'll just hit the play button again. How much gross profit did we get from that product over the last 12 months? How much profit per unit did I make? When's the last time they ordered that product? So lots of good stuff, kind of summary data, but it kind of gives you an idea about this customer. If you wanted to go right to the detail, you can tap another spot on the screen and say, look, I want to see each individual transaction, what we call order history. So think of it as a line item on an invoice. So there's a lot more data here. So here's the last time this customer bought something was on January 31st. There's the invoice number. There's the product they purchased, the price they paid. As I scroll across, what was our cost? How much did they buy? How much gross profit did it produce? What was the profit per unit? The department that got credit for the sale and the product category if you use that feature. So very easy before you walk into a customer to find out, how big they are, what they've been purchasing. I'm just going to pause it here for a second, and we're going to move on to contacts. So I was right there, so I just jumped back to the list of contacts, and just to show you how easy it is to, I could update a contact here, or maybe I need to call Jim. I'm running a little bit behind schedule. I'm supposed to visit Jim later. Obviously, you probably have his contact information in your phone, but if you have the CRM app, I can just pull up the phone, just tap the phone button and boom, now my phone is just going to call that number. So I better hang up because I have no idea what that number is, and away we go. So the other feature I wanted to show you is that speech to text. So I want to create an activity. So this is just an example of where you can use some of your features of your phone along with CRM to make you even more efficient. So there's an area on the account for activities. So I'm just going to navigate to that. Getting caught up in my video. So I'm on this account and I'm going to go to activities. I should be there in a second. And I do have some activities in there already, but I'm just going to make a brand new activity. So I hit the three dots, hit the new button, and I'll just say I'm going to make a sales call. So I just visited Jim at Fairview Manufacturing, and I want to put in a sales call. So I was actually going to redo this video because I made a mistake here, and I thought, no, this would be a good thing to point out. You've got to watch out for spell check. So I was going to say, I talked to Jim, and it converted it to rankled to Jim, and I didn't notice it. So there you have it. Be careful for spell check. So here what I did, I'm just going to hit the pause for a minute. what I did is I went to the big body of the sales call. It's a big text field. And so when you go to tap in there, right, it pulls up this on your cell phone. And look down here, you have the little microphone. So I just tapped that and I just started talking. So you maybe can't hear me on the video, but I'm basically I'm talking into my phone right now, and I'm saying that I talked to Jim. He placed an order. I'll just let it go here. So I'm basically talking into the phone right now. So I just said Jim placed an order, period, asked me to follow up in 3 weeks, period, and it just typed that, right? I didn't have to type it. So I do that. I could put in other information if I wanted to, and I'm good to go. I can easily save that activity and move on. So I thought that was kind of cool. And you can use that anywhere, not just, it's really any text field. So I could have done it on the subject line, right? That might have been better than me typing because obviously I didn't type very well. So the other thing I wanted to point out was that picture, that photo part of it. So I'm just going to pause here for a second. So I went to create a note in CRM tied to this account. So when you go to create a note, it just asks for a title and then you can enter a note, and that's totally fine. But the cool part about notes is notes give you the ability to attach documents, really any electronic thing. So as you know, a photo is an electronic document. So now, again, I can use the features of my phone along with this app and tie them two together to get something pretty cool. So I think I'll just let this thing play out. But what I did is I put in a little title and I put in a little note, and then I'm basically just going to tap the camera icon. And that's just going to wake up my camera on my phone. I think I took a picture of the parking lot with all the snow that we've been getting. And then I'm just going to save that photo on this note. And then it'll be saved in this note tied to that account in CRM instantly. So I'm just going to let the thing play on. So I just typed in a title. I think I typed in like cool picture or cool pic. And then for the note, I think I said something like, look at all the snow. Oh, lots of snow, it looks like. And then I hit the little icon for the camera, and I actually had to stand up in my office and go over to my window. And you'll see me doing that in a second here, hopefully. Come on. There we go. So I got up, I just took a picture of the parking lot, all the snow, and when I get done on the bottom, it says, do you want to use this photo? And I said, sure. And I'll just pause it here just to show you. I'll let it play out so I can, well, it refreshes. So what it did is this right here is that image. So that's just a document that's stored on this note. And that note is tied to Fairview Manufacturing, this account in CRM. So again, probably don't want to take a picture of a parking lot, but heck, maybe it's a picture of the person, their facility, like I said, their piece of equipment, right? Whatever is going to help you be more efficient, and pictures say a lot. So hopefully that can help you out. All right. So moving on, after we finish this up, the next section I wanted to just show you is we did bring over some of the dashboards. So we brought over a handful of the dashboards, waiting for feedback from our customers to see if there's any other ones they want, but we put a fair amount on there. Here's one that is just looking at, the overall health of your pipeline. So your open opportunities. So how many open opportunities do I have by month? How many open opportunities are in each department? And how many open opportunities does everybody on my team have? And then as you scroll down, there's some win-loss charts as well on this one. So how many win-losses did I have over the last 12 months by department, by person, by department? That's just one example. And then the last thing I just wanted to touch on was the activities, which you can get from the home button, you can get from the workplace area. And here is just a list of your activities that are still open, right? What activities am I supposed to do today? Which ones are past due? What do I have to do in the next 7 days? So an easy way to pull up an activity, do something, mark it complete, and go from there. So that was everything I wanted to cover on the app. So hopefully what you've seen is what I think is just a very practical, efficient way to do your job. If you're able to give your team um, a tool that gives them the information they need and then an easy way to update or add information, I think you're going to hit a home run. So I think what this mobile app does is just give you one more tool in your toolbox to make you more efficient. So that was everything I wanted to cover today. I know I used up a lot of the time, but I'm going to leave a few minutes for Gene to kind of wrap things up. And so, Gene, back to you.
All right. Well, thank you, Steve. I know that was a lot of information, so I do encourage you to visit our oil and gas webpage on our website for additional resources, which include short targeted videos on some of the specific features of the CRM for oil and gas product, including how to manage share of wallet, cross-selling and upselling with the suggestive sell function, and tracking goals versus actuals and gap to goal analysis. Or, even better yet, you can contact us and get an interactive demo of some of those features and functions. And if you're interested in hearing what some of your peers have had to say about implementing Ledgeview Partners CRM for oil and gas product, on our oil and gas industry webpage, you can also view several testimonials and case studies from lubricant marketers just like you. And while there, you can also download our ebook, 11 Ways Lubricant Marketers Use CRM to Drive Success, which now includes complimentary product sheets on each individual functionality of the system. And as a reminder, today's webinar was recorded, so please be sure to keep an eye on your email inbox for the on-demand version. And finally, please do not hesitate to reach out to us directly if you have any additional questions or comments regarding our CRM for oil and gas product and the new mobile app, and any of our business and technology consulting services, again, sales, customer service, and marketing. A quick reminder to please complete that survey at the end of our webinar to provide your feedback on how we're doing here. And I do, again, want to thank you for your time today. Please feel free to share this with others in your organization and network. Have a great day.